In this 4.1 ROC beginner's guide, I'm going to show you exactly where to rent a ROC, the best place to go mine, and how much you can expect to make. I'll go through everything step by step, so just follow along. Before we can start rock mining, we first need to gear up. The suit that I'm wearing currently is very important, since the planet that we're going to mine on is going to be super hot and you need this. To buy this suit, we want to go to Grimhex. If you don't know where Grimhex is, you can just hit F2 here. You'll see that around Crusader, you can go to Yayla. Once at Yayla, just next to Yayla is Grimhex. It's a little asteroid base that you can buy things at. I'm currently here in the main area where we can buy things. It's a little bit worn down, but if you run up the steps here, you can go buy this suit. It's a Pembroke armor. It's quite pricey, but definitely worth it. This will protect you against the heat on the planet. So you want to go to this terminal right here, type in broke, and you want to buy all of these things. The backpack is quite nice since you can put the gems in there if you want to mine a little bit more, but not needed. But for the most part, you want to buy the helmet and the Pembroke armor. Make sure you equip this. If you don't know where to equip, you can just run out of the door, go down the steps again, and eventually you'll find the storage access. You can just use, and then you can equip your armor. I already have mine, so I'm all good to go. Let's go to the next station where you can rent. To find the stations where you can rent a rock, you can just hit F2, type in L1. All the L1 stations here, you can rent a rock, but the closest one where we're going to be mining at is Clean Glade station here. I'm quickly going to head over, and then I'll show you exactly how to get to the refinery to rent a rock. So just route your way there. We're at Green Glade station here. I'm quickly gonna land. I'll meet you at the spaceport. We're at the spaceport here. Let's quickly make our way over to the yellow elevators. Just run forward until you find them. Here you can see, here's the elevators. Just say use. Once inside of the elevator, say refinery. Once here, we can just run forward all the way. You'll see eventually, you'll find these stairs. Just head down, services, and just go forward. Eventually, you should find that area. Once here, we can go into Mining Support Center. Here's a lot of things that you can do, but we want to rent our rock, right? So we're going to head over to these terminals. Now, here's a couple of things that we can do. If you do not have a ship to hold the rock with, you can rent a Cutlass Black for 52,000. But I'm mainly here for a rock since I already own a Cutlass Black. You can see 2,500 thereabout to rent it for a day. So I'm just going to rent it for 1 day, confirm, and we're all good to go. Now you can switch out the mining lasers and things, but it's not really needed at the moment, so no need for that. The other thing that I would suggest is maybe grab a couple of drinks right here, just quick buy and put it into your inventory by right clicking. It might get pretty hot and you might get pretty thirsty, so definitely pick that up. Let's go back to our ship and load up the rock. I'm back in my hangar here. I'm just going to call up my rock. You can see we get 23 hours with it. Well, 24 technically. Say deliver, request delivery, go back, and then we can call our little vehicle. Now we can just enter our rock. We can press Alt R here to flight ready our ship. Well, little rock should be able to move. I'm just going to move my rock over to the side here so that I can put it in my Cutlass. Usually I just store it in my freight elevator here, and then I'll call up my Cutlass. Here is my Cutlass. I'm just going to open up a door so that I can drive into the Cutlass with my Greycat ROC. Before we load up the Greycat ROC, we quickly want to see if our laser is still in good condition. Just hit M. And then you can just click to make sure that it's working. Once it's working, you can just hit M again, and then you can reverse your rock onto your Cutty Black. There we go, we managed to get it on. Let's go mine. I'll show you exactly where to mine and what to mine. So where do we want to mine? Well, we're going to open up our map here with F2. Type in Aberdeen, route yourself there. And then I'll show you exactly what to mine in a minute. Here we go, we managed to arrive at Aberdeen. I'm just going to make my way down the surface here. Just choose a location that's not close to a settlement. So I'm going to be about here in the middle. Just going to go forward and go all the way down until I hit the ground. I'm finally on the surface of Aberdeen here. To start scanning, you just want to hit V right. Entering scanning mode, and then we can start pinging with tab. You'll see a lot of unknowns pop up, but the only unknowns that we want to go for is unknowns that is below 4K, right? This is potential rock minables, and the rock mineable that we're looking for that's the most valuable is called Fine Meline. I might be mispronouncing it. I'll put the text on screen just so that you can see, but let me quickly fly around and see if I can find any. Here is the other type of minables that you can find, which is dedicated ship minables, which is not a rock mineable, so just look out for this. This is not what we want. I'll show you exactly what we want in a minute. Just need to keep scanning until I find it. Here we go. I think we managed to find something here. It popped up a 2K out. It's exactly what we wanted. The resource that we want to mine, which is Fine Meline. I'm quickly going to land, and then we'll see if we can mine everything. I already mined a bunch of it just so that I can fill up my rock. This time around, I'm just going to show you how to mine, just for in case you don't know. Just gonna land here, open up all my doors. Now I can just get into my rock here. The rock will sometimes move around while flying, so you will need to maneuver it out. But let's quickly see if we can get everything here. Plus I'll show you exactly how to mine. It's not too complicated. A very basic system. There we go, we're outside here. I'm gonna start from the back and make my way to the ship. To mine, all that you need to do is press M to enter mining mode. If you hover over the rock, it will eventually scan, and you should see this UI. On the left here, you'll see an optimal range. So if I reverse, you'll see the bar will change. Just make sure that you're close enough and not too close, otherwise your ship might get damaged or your vehicle might get damaged. On the right hand side is a green bar and a red bar. So if I activate my laser here, I'm just gonna put my power down all the way by pressing Alt scroll wheel. So if I left click, you'll see I'll activate my laser. Now if I Alt scroll wheel up, I'll slowly but surely raise my power, and we want to get that power into the green. Not too much. If it goes into the red, the rock will explode, destroying the resources, and you might get damaged. Just keep it in the green there. Eventually it will fill up all the way and it should break for us. We're pretty close already. The rocks are pretty small, so not too bad. You can see, there we go. It exploded. Now we can press tab to see all of the resources on the ground. You can hold in left alt plus left click. Now we can pick up the rocks. Extraction mode is on. Just hover over them. Sometimes if the server is super slow, you might have to do it for a while just for it to pick up. So you can see you can just pick up everything here. Sometimes they are in a little bit of an awkward position and you need to move your rock, but in most cases you can get everything. So you can see my inventory is pretty much full since I mined a bunch already. I'm quickly gonna crack all of these rocks and then fill up completely so that we can see how much we can earn with one rock. This should be the last rock before I pick up everything. We might be a little bit over full. We'll see if we can pick up everything and put some in the backpack here. So I'm just going to alt click here and we should be able to fill up the rock. Let's see. Okay, so we're completely full. You can see there on the bar, plus at the bottom here, cargo full. Let's quickly get out and then I'll put some in my backpack just so that I can also get the rest right, because you can see there's a lot still on the ground. Just going to go to the back here. So open, then we can use the storage. I'm going to split here, think about, let's say 80. And throw it in my backpack. I can even throw a little bit more. Let's do another 80. So about 160, thereabout. Let's see if we can pick up everything. I'll also put this into the price of everything, just because it's all one trip, right? In total, to fill up the rock, I had to do 4 stops like this. And so far, it has been about an hour and a half of just playing to fill this up. So we'll see in the end here how long it takes. There we go. Everything should be in our inventory now. I think I'm just going to fill up the cargo area of the rock again with my backpack, just so that we can see how much we get with one rock. But let me drive in and then I'm going to go sell at Everest Harbor. But I will give you another resource so that you can check at which locations are the best to sell at. Let me just quickly open here so that I can fill it up again. There we go. So in total, the rock holds 1,200 gems. So very decent. Let me close up everything and then I'll go sell. So to sell, I'm just going to go to Everest Harbor. I like to sell at stations. It's a lot easier for me. Now there is better places to go sell if you want to. You can also go sell at mining outposts. For example, if you use SE Trade tools, you can look up your resource and you can see the best prices. Mine was about here, so there is definitely better places. I'll link this tool in the description as well so that you can use it. Here we go, we're at the station. I'm quickly gonna land and unload my gems. Managed to land here. I'm gonna switch off my ship, open up all my doors. I'm just gonna drive out my rock here just so that I can take off the back and transfer the gems to the freight elevator. I managed to get the rock out of the cutlass here. Now I'm just gonna unlock all ports. I'm gonna right Alt K and then I can turn off the engines. Let's get out of the rock. If you head over to the back here, you can say deploy. And if you take a tractor beam, you should be able to detach this cargo pod and go put it on a freight elevator. There we go. We can just snap it, send it down. Here at the bottom, you should be able to see your pod. Just drag it to the left-hand side here. Double click. Here's all your gems. Drag it over to your inventory here. And then you can send this back. If you scroll to the bottom here, you should be able to see your gems and your pod. Now that we have taken care of that, we can go to the admin's office. We just need to head over to the yellow elevators first. Here's the yellow elevators. We just want to say use, then choose Galleria. Once at the Galleria, we want to head over to the admin's office. You just run up the steps here. You can see here is the admin. We can use the terminal, select Everest Harbor. Here is our resources. You can see you can only sell 500 at a time. So it's 178, confirm. There should be more, so sell again, 176, confirm. And then we've got about 200 left, which is 7 free, and we can confirm as well. So for one rock, we made 428,000, but we still got a little bit in our backpack, so let's include that. I'm just going to choose my character here, the core gameplay. For some reason, it only says I have 1 unit in my backpack. I have no idea why. Let me just quickly throw it in the inventory here behind me. Since we've got 125, I'm just going to throw it in the local inventory here. Maybe it will register a little bit better. Let's go back, choose Everest Harbor again. Now it shows up as all of the units. 44, confirm. In total, for about 2 hours worth of gameplay, we made 473,000. But if you want to make more money, then you can watch this video right here where I show you how to make 300,000 in just 10 minutes.